Hello everyone and welcome to this year's Smash Gaming's Top 10 Games of 2016. I have to say this year has been one of the best years for gaming in my personal opinion, and of course, this is what this top 10 is all about. Everyone's going to have it something different, and well, this is completely based on my own personal opinion. The reason why I say this is because compared to last year where I struggled at times to really kind of think of what stood out, and I did eventually get it, and everything there I completely agree with, there is just a little bit too much this year that's actually kind of stood out. So and that's only a good thing though. That means that the year's been pretty damn good. Now of course there are things that will likely be in this that have been finished or are finishing, like series wise, and there's things that have had smash looks and so on and so forth, and not, so you'll have to find out what is actually in here. Now this will be primarily things that have completely released this year and full release, so this will not include the likes of Ark or Terror Tech or anything like that, in case some people go, why is this not in it? Just getting that out there, this will be fully fledged games that are out in the world. So without further ado, here's my top 10 games of 2016. First up into the top 10 Hall of Fame here at Smash Gaming is none other than the now recently released, probably about last month if I'm right, is Killing Floor 2. Of course in early access for a while, it is now out in the wild, and I'll be leaving a little button down in each of the videos that you have here if there's something that we actually have on the channel. So be sure to head over, click that button so you can see a little bit more if you want to find out a little bit more information about the game. So here it is, due to its it's just damn fun to play. Killing Floor has always been manic, mayhem, outright insane, and just a little bit scary when it comes to some of the creature designs. There was and still is many a times that I jump in, or jump out my skin I should say, and me and Sherlock play it quite often as, well, he tends to be a pretty damn good shot at killing some of the creatures. So I'm hoping that I can actually nudge him before more to do a little bit more of this before the new year comes about, because it's pretty damn fun. If you like blood, guts, shooting things, some crazy gunplay along with some crazy creepy creatures, should definitely look into picking up Killing Floor 2. And with that, it takes the first spot in the top 10 for 2016. Now it's time for number 9, and it had to have a spot somewhere in the top 10. It's Kingdom Newlands. Any of you guys watching the channel would have expected this to be somewhere in the list, because I put out quite a load of episodes with this, and it's still going strong at the moment until we have fully completed the game, because that's my plan of the aims, to make sure everything is covered for you guys. Some people do it quicker than others, and it gets hard as nails at times. The game is unforgiving at times, but it's pretty damn good. Kingdom Newlands is sort of a simplistic in mechanics in a way, allowing you to run from side to side, building up defenses, recruitment of archers and knights, farmers and so on and so forth to bolster your attacks and defenses, eventually completing all the islands. Each time you visit each island though, you do gain a little bit of parchment that gives you access to new mechanics, as I'd like to call them. Now this includes, you get little characters that allows you to, one is a dog that tells you what way the enemy's coming from, another one allows you to turn towers into getting extra knights or ballistas, and there's a load of different mounts in it. Now you do sail from island to island, which is different from the first Kingdom game, so you do actually have a lot more variety and a lot more content you can get into. Of course, does this sound like something you might be interested in? You can click the button down below if you want to see a full playthrough, or nearly a full playthrough of the game, or pick it up yourself. It's damn awesome. It has a pretty quirky style, I like to put it. It's almost like that 30 or 16-bit styling going on, but the game looks utterly fantastic and some beautiful music as well. Now we're moving on to the number 8 spot, and this is none other than Space Hulk Deathwing. I've seen some fairly mixed things about this title, but for me it is pretty damn awesome. You're pretty much playing a walking, breathing, fully realised Terminator in Deathwing, searching for down the dark corridors, I should be saying, of the huge open spaces of the Space Hulk. The attention to the detail by the developers is truly outstanding in this, from the way the Terminators walk to each gun's recoil, and the sound effects and voiceover work is some of the best I've heard in games this year. You will truly feel that you're within the Warhammer 40k world, and like many games featured already, you can find a full playthrough button and join me mowing down the countless never-ending Tyranids. You have a range of different enemies, from the basic Tyranids that basically come at your hordes, and then you get the bigger ones, like the more mutated ones that don't really go down that easy. There's a huge host of weaponry that you can get access to, whether melee or ranged or up close and personal if you want to. And of course you have 2 other Terminators going around with you, and you can play it in co-op if you wish. So for this, it is taking number 6 in our spot of the top 10 this year. Next into the top 10 2016 fame is Ashes of the Singularity. Now this was a title I kept a very close eye on before its release. For one, it's an RTS and we know I'm a pretty big RTS fan, and 2, it was something new, a new big franchise that could bring a new era to the RTS genre and give it a little bit of boost of adrenaline it needed. Now this isn't to say 2016 hasn't been very kind to the RTS genre, as you'll likely see in some upcoming games, but Ashes of the Singularity brought back basically Supreme Commander type massive battles, grand scale of things all in real time, and brought with it a huge challenge too. Now the way the whole game functions is a testament to the developers, and to its follow-up major DLC, Escalation, took it even that a little bit further. If you like RTS, base building, giant armies, fantastic visual effects, you can't go wrong here, and you should definitely pick up this rather amazing title. And with that, of course, it's taking number 7 in our top 10, and now we're going to be moving on to number 6. As we may have reached the end of the first half, I can honestly say that it's been a truly fantastic year for gaming for me. There's been many games I've enjoyed, and some, well, not so much. But next up into 6th place on Smash Gaming's top 10 is none other than Shadow Warrior 2. Now, this title took Shadow Warrior franchise in a slightly different direction. There are hundreds upon hundreds of loots and tons of weapons that you can actually sink into, which thankfully allowed you to have at least 9 on hand at any given time. But you're back with Liu Wang in his awesome sarcastic ways. You fight hordes of demons, huge and awesome boss fights coupled with some rather fantastic music and soundtrack material. Visually the game is stunning, runs pretty damn great too. You can attach and power up pretty much all your weapons within the game, and just when you think you've found your new favourite toy, instantly you find a new gun to play with. Now there's countless melee and ranged weaponry, of course there's ones mid-range as well. You've got rocket launchers, you've got your machine guns, your miniguns, your swords, your claws, everything in between. All with superb sound effects, and if you've enjoyed the first, you'll likely enjoy this, as it's more of the same with a lot more weapon variety. And with that, Shadow Warrior 2 is rightfully taking its place at number 6. Now, it wouldn't be my top 10 if the next up title into spot number 5 wasn't here, and it's none other than XCOM 2. Now, this game was something else, building on what was already fantastic in XCOM 1, but making you be on the back foot instead of the aliens. You're constantly, there's new threats, new surprises. Nearly every single battle has a new surprise right around the corner. Then there's the awesome new aliens that they actually introduced with some DLC, which they can reoccur and have like stupid amounts of health, but in stupid amount of power, and cause some pretty big headaches. But it's pretty damn awesome. It's an insanely good game here to get stuck into. The devs listened pretty damn well when they were given feedback for the first one, and they gave absolute tons of customizational options available in this game. So you could really outfit your soldiers though with what you wanted them to look like from every little nook and cranny, and it's made the game, worse though if you happen to then lose that soldier in battle. You were just like, but I put so much time and dedicated them. But the game runs fantastic, it is total blast to play, and is nothing short of awesome. I cannot wait to see what I can get my hands on more of what comes into the store for XCOM, the XCOM franchise overall. XCOM 3, who knows what may happen. But with that, XCOM 2 is starting off the second half of our top 10 games of 2016. Now, as we burn our way into the second half, we have in spot number 4, and if that wasn't a giveaway, then who knows, it's none other than Doom. Now, I'm a huge fan of Doom and was thankful to finally see, should we say, a new title in the franchise. Many may know of the rough development this went through before scrapping and completely getting redone, and what we have is a true testament to the Doom name. The game runs fantastically on many systems and has been constantly brought out as a benchmark of basically how to do games properly. Almost, it looks visually stunning, has probably one of the best soundtracks you'll likely find in a game for a while, and keeps you glued to your screen for many hours. The boss fights, as they always are in Doom, are actually insane. The gunplay makes the game superbly enjoyable, and this year has had loads of FPS titles, but Doom stands a testament to above them all. You can also join me if you wish though in some videos if you wish to see a little bit more of it in the button that's down there in the bottom. But to me, Doom has truly been exceptional for what it has accomplished and pulled off here. It is a total blast and fun to play. Like I said, has an outstanding soundtrack, and it's just all round great fun. So the stat is taking number 4. Now the next one is going to be a little odd to some people, as it's not quite just one game, but many in a franchise. But I thought it was best to include it as a whole package, due to their similarity in how many have come out this year. Now this is none other than, if you probably guessed it already, is the 8-bit franchise from Petroglyph. Now this is essentially 4 games at the moment thus far, under this including 8-bit Armies, the follow-up major story DLC Guardians, 8-bit Hordes, and the latest 8-bit Invaders, possibly my favourite thus far. The reason for putting them together as well, they've all been released this year, they've all been pretty damn amazing and awesome, and we'll likely put them all in and had lack of space for any other games. So if you haven't heard of the 8-bit franchise, well, why the hell not? It is set with a fairly wicked art style, has taken on modern-like armies, ancient mythological armies, and now futuristic aliens and marines, and it's all pretty damn awesome. Also has a soundtrack by none other than one of my greatest heroes basically when it comes to soundtracks for music, is amazing Frank Klepacki from the good old Red Alert days. If you haven't known that, then why the hell not? And if you like fast, frantic, fairly awesome RTS, you could not go wrong with the entire franchise of 8-bit. And I can't wait to see what they do next, or maybe what the studio as a whole do next. Maybe not 8-bit, but it could be something else. But for that, it's taking number 3 because, well, it's pretty damn awesome. And now we move on to number 2. So we've only got a few left, and well, some folk likely will know that this, if they were following me on Twitter, I know me well enough that taking number 2 spot in my top 10 games of 2016 is none other than Homeworld Deserts of Karak. As a huge fan of the Homeworld franchise and something that basically really propelled my love for RTS games, I couldn't have been more excited to have a new Homeworld game. Although by Blackbird Interactive, who were creating the game in all but name, were handed over the name from Gearbox to be allowed to do it, and I'm certainly glad that they did this. The game is outstanding, and although no longer based in space, it is set before Homeworld 1 and 2. It's truly a freaking awesome start, or prequel we should say, and still makes use of the fantastic mechanics that were used and were a true cogwheel in the workings of the first 2. Now with this, it's taking number 2 spot as this year's favourite RTS title. Now if they could only bring out Cataclysm Remastered, that would be lovely. And finally we're at the end, nearly at the end for 2016 and nearly at the end for the top 10 games of 2016 here at Smash Gaming. Likely most of you know what is about to come up here, if not, well, let me tell you, taking the top spot is none other than Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Now I was super excited when they finally announced a sequel to Deus Ex Human Revolution. I spent many hours in that game, several playthroughs, and it ultimately changed my way of thinking around the world around me. And Mankind Divided has done pretty much the same thing. The game is powerful, it's insanely brilliant in storytelling, and the mechanics are just stupidly well woven together, and the acting is just crazily good, and you cannot go wrong with this title. I will never get enough of the Deus Ex world, and they've already said that there'll be story-driven DLC heading over in the new year, which will definitely be coming to the channel. So Deus Ex Mankind Divided takes spot number 1, fantastic world to explore, get engrossed with, and I feel personally you'll not find it a more overall detailed world like the Deus Ex universe. So thank you very much guys for watching this top 10 games of 2016. These are my picks, these are the things. There was a lot of games that possibly could have got in here that just didn't, because these games are the ones I feel that stand above those as well. So thank you all very much for such a fantastic year. We head into 2017 running and ready to tackle the many new series and many new opportunities and fantastic times that lie ahead for Smash Gaming. You make this all worthwhile, and it's truly fantastic to share all the experiences with you guys, so here's to 2017 and many more games.